Hi, hello, welcome. We're just gonna get right into it. So today we are gonna be doing a root touch-up on myself. We're gonna be using some red high colors, some ruby red temporary colors, some magenta temporary colors, as well as making sure that we have our mixing bowls and our peroxide. First, what I'm gonna do right now is gonna go on ahead. I'm just gonna detangle my hair. I'm gonna just pretty much comb out my entire afro because, you know, your girl has not been combing her hair like she should be. I mean, I have been, but it's been tucked away underneath a wig for a while, so now it's just, I'm at that point where it's like, you know what, it's time to touch this little baby up, because she used to be bright red. Now she's giving, you know, burnt out red, pink, every other color except the color that it was originally. So we're just gonna go on ahead, we're gonna detangle it, we're gonna comb out that afro, we're gonna get our life together real quickly as well. Also put our hair inside of some sections as well. So we're just gonna speed right past this part. You guys kind of sort of get the point. All I'm doing is parting off my hair right now, just so I can have, like, you know, general guide going on, because, you know, when you do a root touch up, you're not really doing the ends of your hair. It is primarily focusing on just the ends of your hair. So I'm just gonna go on ahead, put my hair in 4 sections, but I'm also gonna be leaving out my perimeter as well. Well, not necessarily my entire perimeter, because it's mostly just the sides going towards the back, because I am gonna be doing a peekaboo color as well. Originally, I did think of, you know, I wanted to do pink, but bright red hair already with pink underneath, that's just too much. So I was like, yeah, I need a contrast. So I'm gonna go for purple instead. So that's what it is that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my normal signature bright red hair, as well as with a peekaboo of being purple instead. I did have orange originally, but the orange did grow out and it did wind up fading into the red anyway, because every time I touch up my hair, I would use red instead of using orange inside that area. So now I'm just gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna do purple so that I can have like a decent contrast. But don't try this at home, guys, if you're not a licensed professional. If you want to try it, knock yourself out. You can't really go wrong. But the products that I'm using, you kind of sort of need to make sure that you're measuring them out correctly. I'm in cosmetology school, so I already know everything about hair color that I need to know. I also already do this right now as a profession as well. So it's like doing it on myself. I'm kind of sort of doing it the lazy way and kind of the incorrect way too, just because I want to get the job done, but I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So if you go on ahead, you can copy everything that I'm doing, but be a little bit more careful, not so aggressive. I'm naturally aggressive to myself because, you know, it's my own head. Who's gonna sue myself? Me? Yeah, I think not. So just be a little bit more gentle to yourself, but everything that's being used, I'm gonna link in the description box below. And also, as we continue going, I'm just gonna walk and talk you guys through what it is that I'm doing. But I'm gonna go ahead and just part out my hair. Then when I'm done, I'll get back to you guys all over again. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm way long overdue for a touch-up because last time I colored my hair was back in September of last year. So, and I've been cutting my hair religiously just because when I get bored, I do cut my hair. So since I'm way long overdue for a touch-up, as you guys can see, this is exactly what it is that we're doing today. Do not get like me and wait so long to give yourself a touch-up. You're supposed to do them at least every 2 to 3 months, depending on how your hair grows. My hair goes out pretty quickly, but at the same time, I was also debating, do I want to keep having red hair or do I want to change up my color? But I honestly still love my red, so that's why I decided, like, we're just going to go ahead and just do the touch-up just because. But at this point, what's happening right now is that I'm just going to section out the areas that is going to be purple. It is not going to be a straight line across in the back because I don't like that harsh one direction line that most people do. If you like it, that's for you. That's all personal preference. But for me personally, I don't like it. I kind of like the jaggedness of it, because when I like to do my hair, I either like to curl it or I like to keep it straight, or I like to wear it up, or I like to do something different with it all the time. And I kind of want the two to blend in with each other, but not be like straight across one purple block and then red. I don't want to see that demarcation. So personally, I make sure that my parting is a little bit more jagged when it comes down to like sectioning it out. But you guys can see what's happening right now.
Louisa.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start mixing the colors. I am going to use one box at a time when it comes down to this L'Oreal red, because I'm not sure if I actually need two. Right now we're just going to use the one. The one by itself is 1.4 ounces. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a color key to take out that entire color. It's only 1.4 ounces. And since it is a 1-to-1 ratio, that means that you would use 1.4 ounces of developer as well with it, which is going to be 20 volume developer. So right now we're just going to pour that whole tube over inside of one mixing bowl. I'm going to put in the purple one because it is the lightest color, and I automatically, like, my way for my brain works, that the lightest color is automatically in the lightest bowl and the darkest color is automatically in the darkest bowl. That's just how my brain works. But we're going to go on ahead. We're going to take our developer now, 20 volume. We're going to measure it out with a measuring cup, 1.4 fluid ounces. And that's what we're going to put inside of that purple mixing bowl. Now that the red is mixed, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use L'Oreal High Shine Jelly color dye inside of Berry's Treasure this time. This one is two fluid ounces, so that means that you're going to also use 2 fluid ounces of developer inside of this. Now, did I need this whole entire bottle? No. I wanted to only use 1 ounce, but I looked at how much hair growth it is that I had in the back, and I was like, you know what, it only makes sense just to the 2 ounces instead. I did wind up having color left over, but you can't really save color once you put it all out, so it did have to wind up going in the garbage, very sadly. But I don't really see myself ever redoing purple ever again after this. Don't get me wrong, it was cute, but purple and me, it's just not my go-to color. After this, I'll probably transition over to a pink, but we're going to go ahead and do a 1-to-1 ratio of 2 ounces of that purple, and then 2 ounces of the Clairol Developer 20 volume. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did to the red. We're just going to mix it around together. But do keep in mind that the L'Oreal Jelly colors, they're more liquidy than anything, so you might want to use a more creamy peroxide. My peroxide that I have is more liquidy than anything else. The L'Oreal High color is more on the creamy side, so it thickens as it sits out longer. But the color Jelly does not, it stays in a liquid form. So just a heads up. Okay, so I'm also going to add the pink fuchsia color as well to the purple dye, only because I want to get the more pinker shades out of it. As you guys know, purple is more on the blue side, so it does show up more on a violet tone. I still want it to have a little bit of warmth and dimension to it, but I do know that for a fact the pink part is going to show more so towards the ends that are already grown out. So I'm just going to add the pink fuchsia inside the dye just to add a little bit more brightness to it. So now we're just going to go on ahead. We're going to start off in the back of my hair with that purple hair color. As you guys notice, as the video continues going, the color is going to get darker as we continue with the purple. But we are going to go ahead. We're going to start it off by starting off in the back, sectioning it off. You're only going to apply this color to your roots first. This is a root touch-up, so there's no need to go on the ends of your hair with a permanent hair color. The ends of your hair are already porous as is, So what goes on the ends of your hair is going to be that semi-permanent hair color, pretty much as a glaze, not anything permanent at all. So what's going to happen is we're going to take small sections and only pat those colors in to where we have new growth. And since I do have a lot of new growth, it's going to look like I'm getting a virgin application, but this is actually a two-step process, a double application process. So now that we're in the front of my hair, you can see a little bit more clearer what it is that I'm doing, which is pretty much putting that purple only on where I have new growth. Then as we're going in between the sections, we're going to take small sections and only do the same thing as well, only tapping on the new growth. You are going to saturate your new growth area, and you're going to saturate your hair with that color of purple as well. And you're just going to go in between. Try not to drag the permanent color towards the ending of your hair, because the ends of your hair are already porous as is, and you do not want to cause any damage to your hair at all. You want your ends to stay nice and healthy and thick and not become overly porous. When it becomes overly porous, you're going to notice, because when you wash your hair, it is going to tangle, it is going to fall out or give you that effect of your hair ripping out, but it is definitely not. It's just overly porous, and you just have too much moisture going on right now because the cuticle is open towards the ending of your hair. So we're just going to go on ahead. We're just going to do what it is that I was telling you guys to do this whole time, which is only tapping on just our roots instead. So now that my roots are completely finished, what it is that I'm doing right now is I'm pretty much not showing you guys on camera what it is that I'm doing, but I did take the pink fuchsia kiss color and I did put it in another bowl with some water so that I can do like a little mini soap cap towards the ends of my hair. So that pink fuchsia with some water is what's going to be on the direct ending of my hair. And I'm just going to take my fingers and run that through. I'm also going to take my fingers as well, drag from my roots and drag it to the end as well, just so that it blends out evenly too. And then since the ends of my hair are currently diluted with water, because I mixed the color with water in it, it's not really going to do much damage at all. It's not even going to brighten up the exact same way as my roots will either, because it's diluted. So now we're going to go in with the red, and you're going to do the same thing that you did with the purple. Only do your roots first, do smaller sections, and then we're going to go up the head. And then when we get to the front, I'll be back, because it'll be easier for you guys to see right now. Louisa. So as you guys can see, I'm pretty much outlining where the red is going first around the new growth area, and then I'm just going to go in between all the pieces instead. But first we're just going to take that color and we are going to outline the area as like little boxes first. Done throughout my entire head, I am going to go back and I'm going to cross check every single piece that I did it in the back too, but you guys couldn't see very well. But I'm cross checking means going in the opposite direction that you were first originally applying the color, pretty much making sure that you actually got every single piece in every single crevice, every single section, because one thing I don't want is to randomly see, you know, dirty blonde pieces when I part my hair. I don't. But if you guys are like me too, where you keep ripping your gloves because your nails are just entirely too long underneath these gloves, you know it is what it is at this point. My nails can be stained, it's fine. But I am going ahead and I'm just checking my roots, make sure that everything is covered. Now that everything has been cross-checked, now what it is that we're going to do is we're going to take that Ruby Red Kiss semi-permanent hair color. We're pretty much going to do the same thing that we did with the magenta. We're going to put it only on the ends of my hair, and we're going to finger it through my hair. Now, I know you guys are probably curious as to why it is that I'm using that on the ends than anything else, and that's simply because Red by Kiss is a temporary color, and there's no need to go in with the ends of your hair with a permanent hair color if it is already dyed that color. Pretty much what it is that a temporary color does is what the Kiss does, the Kiss color actually has conditioning agents inside of it. So what it is it's conditioning the ends of my hair as well as depositing color on the ends of my hair as well to re-brighten out the red that I originally had. It makes no sense to go back over hair color that you already had recently with another permanent color if it's already on the hair. So all that you have to do is re-put in another filler to bring out that color, and that is what that Red by Kiss Ruby Red color is currently doing to the ends of my hair. It's re-brightening up that red that I originally had. So that's what it is that we're doing. And the main reason why it is that I am running my fingers through my hair instead of, you know, taking a comb like a normal person is because I have curly hair. And the way of how you maintain your curls and keep them going while your hair is colored is by using your fingers to run through each and every single curl and dragging out the color. If you were to use a comb, you're applying too much stress to the hair. You can also elongate your curls, and that's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that they keep their same form, their same curl pattern. I don't want to disrupt anything. So I'm using my fingers to do it because it's less harsh. Yes, it is a little bit more time consuming, but I'd prefer to do that than to know that I'm damaging my curls by me taking a comb and just yanking on it. So as you guys can see, now that all of that has been done, my curls are all out and about. They're doing perfectly fine. This is pretty much just gonna sit in my hair for like a good 30 more minutes. This entire application, before it was sped up, only took me 20 minutes to place in my hair. So it's only going to take 30 minutes for it to actually process. Then we're gonna rinse it out. So now I am all washed out, shampooed and conditioned. I did my protein treatment. I did my deep conditioning treatment as well. I can put in the description box below what it is that I use as my protein treatment and my deep conditioning treatment in my hair, because I do just make my own and that's what I use in my hair. Just know that when you're coloring your hair, those things are essential for the health of your hair, okay? A good protein treatment once a month and a good deep conditioning every 2 weeks is amazing on color treated hair, I must say. You do need to take care of your hair while it is color treated because it requires more maintenance as opposed to if your hair is in its virgin state. But here I am going ahead, sectioning off my hair so I can blow dry. Prior to blow drying, I did put in leave-in conditioner. I do use Crecepelo leave-in conditioner and I do use Olaplex as well. Okay, and last thing, I don't think I explained why it is that I'm using 2 different blow dryers. So I'm using the Revlon blow dryer with the round brush only because it's easier to do my ends that way. I use the Red by Kiss blow dryer primarily for stretching out my roots and helping to detangle, but I like to use the Revlon one in between each section too, just to make sure that the ends of my hair is actually properly blow dried, because the key to a perfect silk press is to make sure that your hair is properly blow dried. If you have a crappy blow dry, then you're gonna have a very bad silk press. If you have a smooth blow dry already, then your silk press is always gonna be good to go. It's always gonna be silky, it's always gonna be moving the way how you want it to. So that's why we're using 2 different blow dryers. Okay, so now that we're blow dry, we're going to use the Garnier Sleek and Shine, very little dime size amount inside of our hands. We're going to rub it through our hair, just, you know, ruffle it through. Primarily it's good to use when you're about to flat iron because it's anti-frizz. It's also not a heavy oil, it's a very dry oil. We're also going to use Olaplex later on too, so you don't want to like go heavy handed on the Sleek and Shine because you only need just a very small amount. A small amount does go a long way. So I'm just going to go ahead, we're just going to flat iron in smaller sections. Flat ironing, I believe everybody knows how to do so. If you don't, well, pay attention and watch. But I think everybody knows how to do it, especially when it comes down to using your comb as well to like chase the flat iron with you. But for the visual learners, you can see what's happening. Just watch. Louisa. flat ironing is to key to the perfect flat iron process to get a sleeker look if your hair is natural like mine is to do small sections. The bigger the sections, the more chunky and the more puffy your roots will be. The smaller the sections, the more sleek your roots will be, making your hair a little bit more silky, more movable, more manageable as well. So key to the best silk press is just using smaller sections instead of going crazy using bigger sections. You want to be able to get every piece of your roots. The roots of your hair is the base of everything. If your root is puffy, everything's just going to look messy to you. If your roots are being slicked and flattened properly, then your hair looks flawless, looks seamless. So smaller sections are the way to go. Okay, so now we're all flat ironed out. The hair is very movable. Everything is silky. Now we can see the color properly. So underneath is the purple that we were aiming for. If you're more so on the light, then you can tell that the ends are appearing more pink, but you can't really tell on the camera, but it's purple and pink on the ends. So that's what we were looking for. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually, style the hair. But we're going to use a very, very tiny amount of Olaplex again, but only on the ends of the hair. So not really the roots at all. The Sleek and Shine was focused on the entire hair, like the whole shaft and everything. But the Olaplex only for the ends, because the ends of my hair is what gets the most humid. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. Then we're just going to go ahead. We're just going to, do like some loose curls or loose waves, bump the ends of my hair so that it's not just one blunt straightened hair. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now just to finish everything off. Also, before the heat police come and attack me, what you're seeing is steam come off of the flat iron, not smoke. So I'm not damaging my hair, nor am I burning my hair at all. That's also the product working. Olaplex does work with heat. So since I put it on the ends of my hair, notice how the steam is only coming off when I am at the ends of my hair. That's the product working itself. That's not me burning my hair off at all. Burning your hair makes smoke, which turns black. Steam is like clear and it fades when it goes into the air. So I'm not damaging my hair at all. It's simply just a product working, and when it hits the heat and touches the flat iron, it does produce steam. Okay, so now that we're done, welcome to the next morning after my hair has been wrapped and placed out of a net. Pretty much the way of how you're just going to take the net off is you pretty much just put it in a circle, the same way how you wrapped it, the same way you take it out. And then you're just going to comb it out, and this is what our hair looks like the very next day, taken out very freshly. So all I'm going to do is just comb it out and see what it is that I want to do with it for the day. I am also just going to go in with my flat iron too and like add wherever I feel like needs to be a little bit more bumped towards the end. But other than that, I am very pleased with it. I think it came out very cute. I think that the purple underneath is like perfect dimension. It's 10 times better than me using pink. I feel like if I used pink, it would have been overly too bright, and then I would have hated it because it's just too many bright colors in one. But today my flat iron is on the lowest setting possible because I don't really need any heat like that in my hair. If I already did it the day before. But I'm simply just bumping the ends of my hair only because I want it to be a little bit more fluffy. Wrapping hair is cool and all for keeping it like nice and straight and flat, but right now I want it to be a little bit more fluffy. Going forward as well, every time that I wrap my hair and I do take it out, it does come out more fluffy. but this was just pretty much just quicker reassurance for the next day. But this is just what we're gonna do. Just gonna go ahead and just do what it is that we do, and then we're gonna be done. Okay, and just like that, we are officially done. Look at the color, look at the vibrancy, look at the peekaboo colors, look at the bob. Like, come on, bob. Might be a soccer mom haircut, but it's still cute. But as you guys see, you could do a middle part, see the purple a little bit more on the sides. We can even put it up, see that purple a little bit more. But since we're officially done, and I'm pretty much pleased and happy with how it looked, hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Bye!